All right, my starting balance in this video is 8.7 million, and we'll use that as tracking. But I want to talk about entity limit and all that stuff, and kind of comment on a lot of things I've been seeing on videos in the community. Now, this is a 6 hammerhead run, meaning that I go after the 250k reward hammerheads exclusively. I've seen a lot of videos where people are going off and living in their reclaimers, and they're stocking their ships, and they're doing all these crazy things, and surprise, surprise, they're having issues of items disappearing. They're having issues of boxes disappearing, or they're saying the theoretical limit of the reclaimer is about 5 million if you fill everything up, which hopefully this video will prove is not the case. Now, we're talking about entity limit here. That means individual items that can exist on your ship at a single time. That those entities can be anything from a plushie to a personal cargo crate, or just random decorations you have around, and the SCU crates that are on your ship as well. When I go out and I run in my reclaimer, I don't have any decorations. I don't have any stockpile. I have what I carry on my player, which is usually just a undersuit and a helmet, and then a multi-tool, and then everything else that goes onto that entity list is going to be 16 SCU crates. Because if one entity is a 16 SCU crate, and also one entity is a 1 SCU crate, there's absolutely no reason why you should be making anything less than 16. Also, in this 6 hammerhead run, I don't use the cargo hold, I don't use the salvage hold, I don't stick things in the wreck area or in the hallways. I literally use the balcony and the back half of the salvage processing room. I gridlock what I can. I get about 160 SCU on the grid, and then I get also about 75 16 SCU boxes just in the room itself. One, this is faster. We're not using the cargo elevator, which can glitch and throw you out into space, or actually you can just die. I've had that happen before too, where if your ship is moving or whatever the case may be, you can literally just fall through the crack and fall 4 stories and die. So that's why I always bring my ship to a complete stop when I'm doing this stuff as well. So the theoretical limit as far as earning in the amount of credits you can do in one run is limited only by the entity count. And I don't know what that number is, but if you watch a bunch of videos for people running the reclaimer, they're at the very back end of their runs when they're making a bunch of like small 2 and 1 SCU boxes, and they're really nicely stacking everything and blocking everything out, everything starts disappearing, right? Because they hit that limit. I want to say it's probably in the neighborhood of like 200 or so. And for this run, I probably didn't even get close to 100 just 16 SCU boxes as entities as well. So we could probably actually double this. You could actually probably do like 15 to 20 million on a run if you stack everything pretty diligently. And like, I don't really worry about it too much. Like, I'm stacking it just as long as it stays in place and it doesn't move too much. I'm stacking it all the way to the ceiling. I'm not even caring about taking anything else to other areas of the ship. So if you're a new reclaimer pilot, or you've had issues of things disappearing, it's because you're hitting entity count. Every time you add any sort of like drinks or food or weapons, or you're stocking crates full of uniforms and helmets, all these like cosmetic items that hold no value at all, you're just taking off. You're taking off the amount of crates you could even fit in here and take back to market. And I understand the appeal of like living on the reclaimer with the crew and doing all this crazy stuff, but for the most part, I mean, you're gonna have to go and sell every time anyway. Like, this takes literally an hour to fill up this whole processing area. If 3 people were operating this ship, inside of 30 minutes, if they're doing it correctly, they're not going to be able to move, right? They're going to have to go back and sell. So there's really no point in like stocking your ship with food, drink, multi-tools, all that stuff, when every 30-40 minutes you're probably going back to station to refuel and sell everything anyway. And also, I see people going to like Loreville or Area 18, going plant side, or even Grim Hex to sell. And I've covered this in other videos. Go to like Hurl 4 or Hurl 5 or something, like somewhere that has, I go Hurl L5 because it has a long pad, an exterior long pad that you can just land on. Obviously, you can't dock the reclaimer there, but you land the reclaimer on pad 4, one of the long exterior pads. You refuel. You can go up to the admin office, sell your CMAT, restock, go to the hospital, boom, you're off to the races again. There's absolutely no point in like carrying any extra entities with you. And also, I don't run with like armor. I don't run with other weapons. I literally just go with what is needed in case I have to EVA or something. Multi-tool and undersuit and helmet. Because if what you're carrying on your player is counting towards your ship's entity list, don't carry a bunch of crap with you there either, because every single little item you have in your ship, you know, is essentially taking the place of a 16 STU crate. And so I've been doing this for several days now, ever since the patch dropped, and every time just going out there and hitting that 10 million on every run, and that's where it gets crazy. My initial assessment, my initial conservative consensus on my very first Reclaimer video is, you know, talking about like 3 million an hour, which is, you know, if you're going slow, if you're doing, if you're trying to lock a cargo grid, yeah, it's very conservative. If you don't have a lot of experience, or if you don't have like a lot of experience like landing or like going into these other places, it can be kind of time consuming. But after a lot more play and everything, I definitely just think that 10 million is basically the sweet spot. And I'm creating smaller ones here, as you can see, just to like clean out the rest of the buffer, because I'm just going to go sell after this. There's no point in doing a 7th. You could do a 7th, you could just keep stacking, but there's really no point. At this point, I've already been at this an hour, so I'm ready to, you know, take a break, whatever. 10 million is a good pool for an hour, and that means in 3.5 hours you could buy the most expensive ship in Star Citizen. And then also, if you actually total up all of the ships that cost that you can buy in game with credits, you're looking at, what is it, like, it's a little shy of like 400 million. So in a month with the Reclaimer solo, you could essentially earn enough to buy every ship in game with it until it gets nerfed. So as you see here, I have some like lower tier stuff, those little small boxes I created there at the end. Setting the 160 is what's on the grid, so that's about 1 million, and then the 75 units, which is about 7 and some change million there, that's what's all just stacked in the room. And then the other bit of that is the 1.5 million in the rewards for the missions and everything. But there's the final total, 18.4. So all right, but just to kind of recap, yeah, just try to limit the amount of entities you have in your ship when you're going out. You know, aim for getting as many of those 16 SU crates. Don't waste any time throwing things down at the other cargo bays, because most stuff isn't going to fit and everything. But hope you enjoyed the video. Hope I gave you some information you didn't already know. And fly safe. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And I'll be trying to do a little bit more Star Citizen stuff as we kind of progress through this journey of ours. So peace out.